If you grew up watching The Little Mermaid, you're bound to have wished to see a mermaid in real life. But alas, they don't really exist. Or do they? From a terrifying one found in India, one that was accidentally discovered, to one that literally has a $1 million bounty on its head, here are 10 real mermaid sightings you won't believe are real. Number 10. The Indian Mermaid. Mermaids have always been a popular legendary creature in India. There are lots of stories that have featured mermaids, and it's no surprise that a lot of people have thought that they've seen them lurking in the waters. However, it was this video that shook everyone when it surfaced in 2016. The video showed a half fish, half man type of creature, with the face of a real fish and fins, but the torso was entirely human. The most bizarre part was that the torso even had arms and hands attached. This video was spread all over social media, and there are lots of different theories about what this weird creature is and how it got to the beaches of India. Since the video was anonymously posted, and the mermaid wasn't really turned into the authorities, no one really knows what this mysterious scary creature is. Whatever it is, it's one freaky being. And if it's real, who knows what else could be lurking in the oceans? Number 9. The Zombie Mermaid. What do you expect to see on a peaceful walk on the beach? A couple of dolphins jumping around, the wind blowing through your hair, and an overall good time, right? That's exactly what Kirsty Jones, a mom from Merseyside, Liverpool, thought was in for her when she went to Hightown Beach with her children in June of 2021. But halfway through the day, she came across something that was way too scary. An entire skeleton of what looked like a mermaid. The skeleton started off with a human-like skull, but not exactly human. It is connected with some ribs and a spine that goes on and on till the very end of what seems to be its tail. She posted the strange finding on social media, trying to figure out just what this strange creature could be. By the looks of it, it's a pretty convincing mermaid skeleton, unless there's a massive human-sized fish we don't know about.
Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Facts Junkie and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot. It actually works.
Number 8. The Mermaid at Kiryat Beach. While a lot of mermaid sightings in the world are fairly vague, this story is going to blow your mind. In 2009, there were several sightings of a mermaid in Kiryat, Israel. People that were totally unconnected to each other all claimed to have a mysterious mermaid in the waters. They'd all say that they've seen a woman in the water doing tricks, like she was a dolphin. All of the stories claim that it was a woman for sure, a woman that never comes out of the water entirely. The general public created such a frenzy that the government also got concerned, and they put out a $1 million reward for whoever was able to get any information on this mermaid. It got so crazy that even NBC sent in one of their film crews to the area and scouted for the mermaid too. After days of searching, the crew saw the mermaid too, but she was too fast. All they could capture on camera was darkness. The legendary mermaid is still out there, and the $1 million bounty on her head still exists. Number 7. Kauai Point Mermaid. Some mermaids have only been seen by a person or two, and there's barely any proof of their existence. So you can refute if they really saw what they thought they saw. This case is different. In 1998, professional diver and photographer Jeff Leitcher, along with 6 other divers, was diving in the sunny Kona coast off of Hawaii when they saw a woman swimming with dolphins. That wouldn't be so weird, but the woman was keeping up with the dolphins, swimming faster than they had ever seen a human swim. However, it was when she leapt out of the water that they realized that she wasn't a human after all. Even though she had a woman's torso and long flowy hair, the bottom half of her was covered in scales and tapered off to a fin. She was a mermaid. Acting as fast as he could, Jeff captured a picture of the mermaid, but since he was below her, it's a silhouette instead. The photo has been studied by experts from all over the world, and they all agreed that it's a genuine photo and hasn't been doctored. That, along with the fact that all 7 divers present have the same story about the mermaid, makes this one of the most convincing real mermaid sightings in history. Number 6. The Greenland Sea Mermaid. There are lots of different versions of mermaids that exist all over the world, but this next one will make you rethink how you imagine mermaids would be. And well, they're far from what Ariel was like. In 2013, researchers were on a submarine dive in the Greenland Sea, and although they were just exploring the seabed, what they found was shocking. A real mermaid caught on video. While filming their dive, they caught on 2 separate cameras a creature touching the glass of their submarine, pausing there for about a millisecond before swimming away. They claimed that it was a mermaid, and well, from the looks of it, it looks like a pretty scary, alien-y mermaid that we would not want to see when we're having a fun day at the beach. Number 5. The Minnesota Mermaid. If there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that the governments throughout the world do things that the general public doesn't know about. But could these things include secret mermaid experiments? That might be the case, because this video shot by an Australian tourist in Minnesota caught exactly that. He was relaxing on a fairly empty beach when he noticed 2 large vehicles pull up, and from them emerged men in hazmat suits. They walked over to the beach and pulled out a body from the water. If that wasn't weird enough, the body was a regular human up top, but instead of legs, they had a green tail. They took the mermaid-looking body, put it on a stretcher, and took it away. Who these men were and what they did with the mermaid is still a mystery to this day. Number 4. The legendary Kai Islands Mermaid. There are many stories from World War II that are terrifying to hear, and one of these is from the Kai Islands of Indonesia. Japanese soldiers stationed on the island in 1943 were always hearing stories about mermaids, and they thought that the local villagers had been making it all up, until they encountered one themselves. They had seen what they called orange ikan, which translates to manfish. It was a 150 centimeters tall half-man, half-fish, with light pink skin, spikes all along its spine, and a mouth that strangely looked like a carp's. Several soldiers had seen the orangutan in real life, and since they looked very scary, they even tried to shoot them. The units even tried to get a few researchers involved, but since there was an active war going on, it was impossible for them to pull that off. And because of that, the legendary Kai Islands mermaids have stayed legendary. Number 3. Main Island Mermaid. Ferries go past Main Island all the time, and it was like that in the 1960s too. One ferry in 1967 went by a creature that could only be described as a mermaid. The tourists on the boat claimed that they all saw a woman with dimples and long blonde hair sitting by one of the beaches. What was special about her was that she had a tail instead of legs, and she was just sitting there snacking on a giant salmon. This could have been an easy to dismiss story, but one of the tourists actually managed to get a photo of her too. Now, half the people that see the photo think that it's just a regular woman pretending to be a mermaid, while the other half claims that she has got to be a real mermaid. No one really knows which side is correct, because once these pictures got out, the mysterious mermaid mysteriously disappeared and was never seen again. Number 2. California Mermaid. In April of 2017, the authorities at Table Mountain in Fresno County went in to check up on a woman at a local beach. When they went there, they found her to be entirely naked, and she claimed to be a mermaid named Joanna that washed up on the shore. The woman was said to be anywhere between 16 and 30 years of age and had webbed toes. What's weirder is that when the police went in to take her fingerprints and identify her, nothing came up. It's like the woman, or the mermaid, has never existed. Number 1. Zimbabwe Dam Mermaid. In 2012, underwater construction workers were called in to work on a blockage in the Zimbabwe Dam, but every time a worker went down there, they'd come up terrified. They'd say that they had seen a terrifying mere creature, and even for all the money in the world, they wouldn't go back in there. Even though the agriculture of the area depended on that drain being fixed, and a lot of money was offered to fix the dam, workers kept going in and practically running away. The authorities even hired people from a totally different region, thinking that maybe the local stories were making the workers think there was a mermaid there, but even those workers would say the same thing and refuse to return. To this day, no worker has managed to go in there and actually fix the issue with the dam, because the mermaid that lives there is far too terrifying. Alright, comment below what you think about these crazy mermaid sightings. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Facts Junkie, and we'll see you in the next one.